Welcome to this special edition MeidasTouch podcast on the solemn anniversary of January 6th, a day that will live in infamy. It is a day that we must always remember, and it is a day here at the MeidasTouch Network that we will continue to make sure we use our platform to let all of you and future generations know that this is an issue we will never forget, that this country and this world should always remember in history, and we cannot let Donald Trump and his regime try to cover up what took place. And we see today the White House, through their official social media channels and from the official White House account, posting all of this disinformation about the January 6th insurrection, blaming Nancy Pelosi, blaming Democrats, applauding the insurrectionists who, by the way, are on Capitol Hill today. And apparently they're just like walking around the Capitol and they're hanging out and basically celebrating together. But this is what the White House posted today. January 6, 2021. Want to know the truth? And this is from the official White House account. They write, thousands of Americans paid the price for failures they didn't create. President Trump delivered pardons. Pelosi admitted responsibility. The media lied. Now see the real story of January 6th. It doesn't get more grotesque, more Putin-esque, more despicable than this. And as you look through what the White House posted, as Aaron Rupert says, words fail at the brazenness of the dishonesty in the White House's new January 6th timeline. And this is how they describe what went down. They say Ashley Babbitt, who's an insurrectionist, gets murdered in cold blood. Then on their timeline, it says, again, this is the official White House account. It says betrayal of the president. Mike Pence refuses to act. It says Vice President Pence, who had the opportunity to return disputed electoral states to state legislatures for review and decertification under the Constitution, chooses not to exercise that power. Then it says stolen election certified. After law enforcement clears the Capitol, Congress reconvenes late that night and certifies Joe Biden's electoral votes from battleground states marred by massive mail-in ballot fraud, hidden suitcases of ballots, exploding water pipes, voting machine irregularities, and unprecedented pandemic-era rule changes. That's, again, on the official White House account. And then it says, big tech and banks collude to silence Donald Trump. That's what they call as the official account. Should we look at what Secretary of State, when he was a senator, Marco Rubio said the next day? This is from January 7, 2021, from Marco Rubio's account. He goes, some misled you that the VP could reject ballots, that objections could pass or used as leverage to force an audit. They knew the truth, but thought it was a great way to get attention and raise money. And back on January 6th, Marco Rubio compared Trump's MAGA Capitol attack to the military coup of Cuba. Here's what Rubio said back then. Let's play this clip.
We had police officers, the men and women that we walk by every single day that guard the doors and we say hello to, out there with riot gear, getting spit on and attacked. Today, not 10 weeks ago, just a few hours ago. And I think it's important to think about all those things on a night like tonight and everything that's happened. You know, I wouldn't even be here today. I doubt very much where I would even have been interested in politics had it not been for my grandfather. He died when I was 14, but I grew up at his knee. He would sit on the porch, he would smoke 3 cigars a day, and he loved history. He was born in 1899 in rural Cuba. It was still governed by the United States. It was a protectorate. 3 years later, it gained its independence and became a republic. During my grandfather's first 60 years of life, he saw his country have an armed insurrection after a contested election, multiple presidents go into exile, 2 military coups, and the rise of a Marxist dictator. A tyranny that stands to this day. My entire life, I have lived with and next to people who came to America because their country was chaotic and their country was unsafe. What I saw today, what we have seen, looks more like those countries than the extraordinary nation that I am privileged to call home.
And I want to share this with you as well. This is Trump's speech the day after he incited the deadly January 6th, 2021 insurrection. As this account says, these are the outtakes when aides, including Ivanka, tried to get him to condemn the violence and admit the election was over. Watch how the truth agitates a textbook narcissist. Here, play this clip.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. You do not represent our movement. You do not represent our country. And if you broke the law, you can't say that. I'm not going. I already said you will pay. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defied the seat of justice. It's defiled, right? See, I can't see it very well. Okay, I'll do this. I'm going to do this. Let's go. But this election is now over. Congress has certified the results. I don't want to say the election's over. I just want to say Congress has certified the results without saying the election's over, okay?
But Congress is certified. Now Congress is
Yeah,
certified.
right.
Now Congress is
I didn't say over, so let me see. Go to the paragraph before. Okay? I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday. Yesterday is a hard word for me.
Just take that. The heinous attack.
Good. Take the word yesterday, because it doesn't work with the heinous attack on our country. Say on our country. Want to say that?
No, keep it.
My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote.
Now, this was a video we made at the MeidasTouch Network shortly after the insurrection. This was a video, again, we put out pretty much like within weeks of the insurrection taking place. We called it a coup in plain sight. We made this video well before the January 6th committee met. And ultimately, it was the January 6th insurrection that led us at the MeidasTouch Network to launch a media network. Let me share, because we said we need to do something. What's missing right now? We need to get out the truth because corporate news is not doing their job. This was a video we made shortly after January 6, 2021. It's as true today as it was then. This is the MeidasTouch video called A Coup in Plain Sight.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol because you'll never take back our country with weakness.
It all began before January 6, 2021.
We can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden has been elected President of the United States.
As Joe Biden's victory became apparent, the GOP hatched a criminal plot to overturn the election results.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
The plan? Disrupt the certification process, claim fraud, submit fake electors, and appoint Donald Trump president against the will of the people.
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
First, they flood the courts with frivolous lawsuits, hoping for a quid pro quo from Trump appointees.
The Dominion voting systems were created in Venezuela at the direction of Hugo Chavez.
They lose nearly all of the 62 cases they filed. An executive order is prepared for Donald Trump's signature to have the military seize all voting machines.
He could take military capabilities and he could place them in those states and basically rerun an election in each of those states. Martial law has been instituted 64 times.
Donald Trump instills lackeys in the Department of Defense and DOJ, like Kash Patel, Jeffrey Clark, and Chris Miller.
President Trump is purging the top ranks of the Pentagon after firing Defense Secretary Mark Esper, replacing officials with White House loyalists for this lame duck period of his presidency.
And why are they being installed after Trump's defeat?
7 states forge electoral certificates and send them to the National Archives as fake electors attempt to break into state capitals.
7 states have chosen a slate of electors for both Joe Biden and President Trump.
In those states, there has been an alternate slate of electors voted upon.
We can direct that the alternate slate of electors be certified.
We're fixing to overturn the results of the election in multiple states.
Attorney John Eastman drafts a legal blueprint detailing how Vice President Pence can evade the law and count these fake electors instead. The Department of Justice drafts letters to swing states, falsely claiming that there was election fraud in an attempt to throw the real results into question.
Clark reportedly drafted a letter to Georgia state legislators that incorrectly said DOJ was investigating accusations of voter fraud in the state and that Georgia officials should invalidate Biden's win.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
And Republicans hit the airwaves to fire up their base and spread the big lie.
And if enough object, then those states' electors don't get counted in the final vote.
There are a number of states that have come into question here.
When the process is complete, there'll be electors selected.
You can actually have alternate electors.
You throw out the certification and let the House decide.
There will be a lot of things happening between now and the 20th of January. A lot of things.
President Trump's presidency. His first term's ending with action, and his second term's going to start with a bang.
Key Trump officials meet at the Willard Hotel on January 5th to plot their takeover, as white nationalist groups like the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers stand back and stand by.
We'll be inside D.C. We'll also be on the outside of D.C. armed, prepared to go in if the president calls us up.
On January 6th, Donald Trump tweets out his demands that the fraudulent electors be counted, whips his army of supporters into a frenzy, and lights the match.
Go home. We love you. You're very special.
The coup fails, but Republicans use the chaos they created as pretext to change voting laws across the country.
Republican lawmakers in at least 43 states are considering more than 250 proposed bills that would make it harder to vote.
And instill partisan vote counters who promise to throw away votes they don't like in future elections.
It'll be a lot sharper the next time when it comes to counting the vote. There's a famous statement, sometimes the vote counter is more important than the candidate, and we can't let that ever happen again. They have to get tougher and smarter.
This is a coup in plain sight. History will judge where we stand in this moment. Which side are you on?
Now I want to share with you footage that you may have never seen before of the insurrection. Our friends at Status Coup, who we've been partnering with on a number of initiatives at the end of last year, and who we will be partnering with on a lot of initiatives going forward, including the ICE raids, the Border Patrol raids, the militarized Gestapo terrorizing our streets. Well, Status Coup was around back then, January 6, 2021. Status Coup video journalist John Farina was on scene at the DC Ellipse preparing to cover Trump's speech to his supporters live. But Farina's plans changed when he got a tip that a large group of the president's most diehard supporters had made their way to the Capitol grounds, demanding to be let in as Electoral College certification was taking place in real time. John rushed over to the Capitol and was met by a quickly growing mob of angry and aggressive Trump supporters attempting to break into the Capitol in order to block the peaceful transition of power from President Trump to President-elect Joe Biden. Farina became the first national journalist to broadcast live outside the Capitol as Trump's mob grew from hundreds to an estimated 10,000 people. He broadcasted live for 2 hours as thousands of Trump supporters attacked Capitol police officers, rammed through barricades, broke through glass windows of the Capitol, and menacingly stood next to an orange noose and makeshift gallows they erected, screaming, "Hang Mike Pence." By this point, Farina was drenched in pepper spray and bruises from the Trump mob. As the violence and danger grew, Farina alternated between scanning the crowd to capture the chaos and looking over his shoulder to make sure the violent army all around him wasn't carrying guns. Eventually, his live battery died, but he continued on. Farina kept recording, following the belligerent MAGA horde to the Capitol tunnel, where the president traditionally walks out on Inauguration Day. For nearly 30 minutes, he somehow held his camera still as the vigilante mob tried to stampede through the Capitol police guards, attempting to stop their coup attempt. In the following footage, I'd encourage you to pay close attention to the following moments, some of which are truly historic and much of which you have most likely never seen. At 2:25, you will see Trump's mob stealing shields from Capitol police officers. At 4:50, Trump's army forms a shield wall using the police shields they stole. Behind their wall, they continued marching forward and attacking the police. At 6:52, they beat police officers with batons they stole from them. At 12:30, Trump's mob started spraying Capitol police with bear spray while continuing to try and break through the police line to storm the Capitol. At 1900 minutes, the police aggressively pushed back the Trump mob momentarily. At 1920, you can see brainwashed Trump supporters urging police officers they were attacking to join us and be on the right side of history. At the 20-minute mark, you'll see the full sequence of historic footage that has already gone global. 2025, a Trump supporter can be seen violently ripping off the gas mask of Capitol officer Daniel Hodges. The Trump mob screams "heave ho" as they use shields, and they stole to try and storm past the police. At 21:07, you'll hear the heart-wrenching screams of Officer Hodges as he screams for help while facing this menacing mob. I want you to watch it very, very carefully. Incredibly, Farina was able to hold his camera still while hundreds of violent insurrectionists crushed him, nearly breaking multiple ribs that required a year to cover. We're going to show you this incredible footage that's brought to you by Farina's bravery. Status Coup is a small, independently funded outlet with far less resources than corporate media, and we do all our best to support their great work here at the MeidasTouch Network by promoting their work and telling you to go and subscribe to the Status Coup YouTube page, the Status Coup Substack. Take a moment, subscribe to them. They have been working tirelessly to cover the immigration raids. They're independently funded, and they depend on working class, pro-democracy Americans to fund their journalism. Go check them out at statuscoup.com/join. Great work, and we look forward to working with them more in 2026. So let's play this footage for you right now.
Oh shit, I'm not. You gotta play left. We need people! We need people! We need people! If you go further, it hurts us. It's pushing people. Stop here, then we'll switch out. It's a falling down. Push. Push. God, don't throw shit, guys. Don't hurt them. Don't let him out. Don't let him out. Let's go. Let's go. We need fresh patriots from abroad. We need fresh people. We need fresh people. Come on, what the fuck are we doing? I can't even see it. Let's fucking go. Is this our book? If you're able to go, go. We need fresh people! We need fresh people! Make a hole! All right, get ready to push. Come on! Either you let us through, or he doesn't get an ambulance. Either you let us through, or he doesn't get an Ryan! Let us through! We need fresh people! We need because I'm breathing. One out. Hey, one out. Get up from behind that door. Here it comes. There you go. Let me steal back! Take that goddamn shield! Come on! We're gonna make a shield wall. Shield wall. You guys need to get out. You need to get out the way.
Gotta get the shields in front, y'all. Let the shields in front.
Shield wall. 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 Shield Go home! Pick the right side! Go home, man! Hey! Come on! We don't want anything to do with it! Come on, man. You're gonna get switched. Just go home. Come on, guys. Go home. Get on the right side of history. Come on! Don't try to use that stick on me, boy! Just go home! Okay? You see me! Just go home! Talk to your buddy and go home. Don't try to use that stick on me. I'm not hurting you. No stick. citizens of the United States of America. We want our house. Damn! This is for you too! You guys are killing us! You guys are Stop! Stop! We are with you guys! We are with you! You need to arrest those fucking traitors! Don't step any further! You need to arrest them because we're fighting these lawbreakers! You guys know this! You do the right thing! You do the right fucking thing! We don't want to hurt you guys! Are you okay? Are you okay? Get your breath! If you're not going to go home, go where you're not seeing it. Back it up! Back it up! We need you to back it up! The right feet! We just need to close the door! Come on, we got interrupted! We got we have interrupted! Back it up! Sit down! Sit down! Whose vote is this?
And there you have it, folks. A solemn day indeed. Thank you for watching our special edition of this. We're grateful for you. And make sure you please hit subscribe here. Thank you all so much for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.